everybody has been doing well. And I hope you can hear me because usually I get a lot of complaints when I use this phone to make a video. Anyways, I just wanted to address a big thing that I've been dealing with is detachment. And what does that mean? Well, let me explain it in the simplest terms as something just came up. Hi, Nicole, in the group chat. So there's the girl named Nikki, Niki. I'm just going to address you flat out, who was in the group chat, and she posted some negative comments about Queen Romana, and then she called me a shill. So I'm like, dude, you clearly, I don't know why you're in the group chat. Like, seriously. If you're at a point where after this telegram has been going on for, I don't know, a year, and that group chat's like almost a year old, if you don't know what I talk about on my videos, why do you come at me a year later? Like, that's not any sort of personal growth at all. So I have been very honest about my intentions on this channel every day and with what I've dealt with just on a personal level, from going to freedom rallies last year to doing charting to explaining my vacation, what I think about everything. It's just my opinion. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one, firstly. So if you don't like my opinion, why the F are you in the group chat? If you're just there to be a bitcher and a whiner, get lost. Like, I don't care. You're not in my vibration. If you're there just to pilfer information off of everybody else, you're not detaching. If you're triggered by Queen Romana, you have a trigger you need to work out. Period. I'm not explaining my views on it anymore because I've done lots of videos. It's just, I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, sorry, I don't, and I'm not saying if you don't like Queen Romana, you can't be in my group chat. No, I'm just, stop being so negative. Negative. Anybody who's being negative right now has not worked through their triggers, has not detached from the information. Anyone who is pointing out other people's triggers, you're triggered, obviously, by other people's triggers if you're pointing them out. Like, we've been having a lot of chats with it. Magical things are happening when you manifest more positive thoughts. I'm totally, clearly cognizant of that right now. Tomorrow it will be 3 weeks since my little nephew passed, and I see him all over. He's giving me like positive messages. If I can feel like I can go through personally a very, very tragic, horrific thing in a 3D world to detach from this physical form so I can manifest a better place for all of the world. Like, we are the collective consciousness. So the more we hang on to negative vibrations, I'll just bring people who haven't watched all of them up to speed. I explained it kind of like we're all like salad dressing right now, and we're the good bits that have floated to the top. We're floating up further. Now, the negative things of fear, greed, anger, pointing fingers, those are all the bits at the bottom, like heavy little rocks that people are getting dragged down by, those negative vibes over and over and over again. And if you're constantly sitting there and just bitching at everybody about what you think they are or who you think they are, well, who are you? I don't even know who you are, woman complaining in my group. I don't remember. That has nothing to do with an ego. Firstly, I'm horrible with names. Secondly, I'm all about, if you've left a great vibration on me, I usually remember you and your vibration in your face. So I'm not shaming anybody. We just need to be all positive. And that's a lot of working through your triggers. That's what I spent a whole year and a half doing, people, is working through my shit on this YouTube. If you haven't realized that by now, I'm sorry. That's what this channel is. Working through Raisman's shit. And I know you guys get it because you wouldn't be here watching the show if you weren't in the same vibration. You wouldn't hear my message. It would be like, oh, I'm turning it off, you know? And that's what I've had to realize is that this is all just an opinion. These are all just theories. We don't know anything. I'm going to throw something really out there, see how where everybody's cognitive dissonance is, because I'm a huge TORMP fan, okay? Everybody knows that. Look at the flag at the back. Oh, Old and Smoky Spice, love him too. Seriously. Anyways, I'm going to throw out a theory or something that might happen. What if all of a sudden that person, TRUMP, didn't fulfill his soul contract of what he came here to do fully? Say he did like 90% of it, and at the end he's like, nah, I just can't do this anymore. That's not for us to say. That's none of us. It's not up for us to judge that. Yes, we're all going to be mad or disappointed or whatever, but that's detaching. Detach from that, any storyline that's been given to us, any timeline. And that's the trick right now. And I won't say trick, that's the job. That is the job, is to detach from this physical form and understand that we are ultimately, collectively forming the timelines and vibrations that are being created. So if you're constantly sitting there thinking somebody's bad or somebody's dead or somebody's alive or shit's gonna go down or whatever at some certain time, like some moment, or this needs to happen before that needs to happen, you're not actually going over the event. Think of it like a wedding. I'm going to use the wedding as an example because I've done it. I've been married twice. I'm not going to lie. I admit it. I admit it. So, you know how much time we go preparing and blah, 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 the wedding, blah, 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 the wedding, blah, 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 the wedding, the clothes, the shoes, the gifts, the venue, the this, the that, if this happens, that happens. What about the marriage? What are you planning for after the wedding? Never mind the event. But what about the marriage? And the marriage of ideas on solving humanity's problems right now is ultimately the best example of what I can say Queen Romana has activated in people. So when I first went on to Queen Romana's page, I was just like, wow, I got goosebumps everywhere. I felt emotional. I felt like this is the person I thought I was manifesting last year, but I just thought it in a different circumstance. Literally, anybody who knows me personally will tell you I had been talking about this Asian woman who's just going to shake our hands and know our intentions when we go to do humanitarian projects. Well, a year later, what's happening in my world? So it's very impossible for me not to detach from that truth for myself because that's in my soul contract, obviously. And it has nothing to do with this physical, egotistical shell that people think I live in. I'm literally working through my triggers and my storyline and having an understanding of how this world works for me. And if that helps you, that's great. But this is what she has done for me. So I know a lot of people are activated and serving cease and desist groups. I'd like to give a shout out to the people I know personally doing it. And I really love you guys that are here in Alberta. I read that cease and desist group almost weekly, and just I know it's being effective. I know that these people are being effective to wake up people. Okay, so we need to detach from these other timelines of politicians, of religion, of what's in the Bible. There's 711 books missing in there. Do you think we even have a clue? We don't. We don't know nothing. So we need to be open to receiving with our arms out like this to the sky and the peace sign, you know. That's the right way of a peace sign with the arms pointed up. So we're going to go back. Some things really need to be shown. This is what needs to be shown. The collapse and corruption of the old system. We need to be the people in the 3D world that are still hanging on to those vibrations of the JAB and the death that's associated. These are people's, go away fly, these are people's soul contracts. This is what they signed up to do, and free will is everything. So if you're being distracted from your soul contract, I gave my friend a little lecture the other day, and it was in the best of intentions. Somebody was really effing her off. Like just a 3D moron just being a jack off, trying to suck money out of her for nothing. Like bullshit. It's just bullshit. And I told her, you're being distracted from your soul contract. Of all people I know that wants to adopt children, you're the only one probably that didn't know Queen Romana had to sign up for adopted children and adopted pets separate, two separate ones. She didn't know that was there because she was being distracted by people. So we need to detach from those things. That's the important lesson right now. Detaching from everything that is holding us back from truly connecting our pineal to our higher self and creator source. All right? So I don't want to hear any more negative blibber blabber. I'm keeping that group chat, Raven Red Pill, whatever it is, on Telegram open because I want people to keep communicating with each other. Yes, there's a lot of trolls. Yes, I know there's herbal remedies. I don't really care. Detach from that crap too. Take what you need, leave the rest for others. That's the way moving forward. Our natural laws will be restored. So a military action, I'm going to repeat, she is a commander and a chief that was appointed. You don't vote these people. And anybody who thought we ever in our entire lifetime had a legitimate vote when we were voting, you are disillusioned. Get that out of your head. It was divisive. That's why I've never talked about religion and I've never talked about politics. And I think that's the number one reason I am in love with Queen Romana's posts, because she doesn't talk about religion and she doesn't talk about politics. And that's the number one reason I stopped going to freedom rallies. I don't talk politics. And it was politics, politics, politics. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm here to give a message on what is going on, what I think is going on, who's doing what to whom, who owns who, whatever. Try and figure it out. Try and help heal myself through explaining what I'm going through to you. So that's where I'm at right now. And I'm activating my I am as much as I can. And it's time for everybody who gets this message of what I'm saying. If you're taking it personally right now, go watch the first 3 minutes of this video. I love you. Like, please. So we need to detach from that 3D paradigm, because I really do believe that people, you and me and everybody that gets this vibration right now and this message has activated their I am, and we have the power to create timelines that are so of high morals and of high benevolence to aid all of humanity. Go help somebody in a groceries group. Go pay somebody's electricity bill. Go help somebody. Stop complaining. Detach from the lower vibrations that's keeping you from ascending. Detach. Like, I'm talking detach. I just lost a fourth son. He is like my fourth son. And I can't tell you how magical it has been since his physical body has left this earth. I can't even, I could sit there and probably talk for an hour. In the last 3 weeks, oh yeah, and this happened. Oh yeah, and that happened. Oh yeah. So my little nephew, Bud, I know, I see you all around. I feel you. I see you in my dreams. I know you're saying everything's going to be okay. Don't worry. Be happy. We're all going to get through this if we manifest that positive timeline where we're over the event and we're on the marriage of all of our ideas, okay? We're on the marriage of all of our ideas. So I can't wait for my manifestation. By the way, I'm going to say it again. I really love Old and Smoky Spice. They are magnificent human souls, and they're just really, really great people. So I love them, and I love all the animals here too. So calmed my jets quite a bit, just being around all of the animals. So, and detaching. That's detaching from the information, from all of that stuff. So we need to exactly forgive, Lori. That's exactly it. I think that's how your name is. I can barely see it. I didn't bring my glasses or my cards. But we do need to forgive, and we need to forgive ourselves first, because we would do better if we knew better. We would do better if we knew better. All right? So now that we know better, that anything programmed in those lower vibrations, it's making us feel uncomfortable to change and raise them higher. That's all, right? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening and sharing and just being here in my vibrations. I am appreciative. I really, really, really am. But detachment is what is super critical right now. And if you want to go get a dose of, I just watched this movie this morning because I'm trying to heal I kind of torqued my back. A lot of people got sore backs right now and haven't been sleeping. That's me, okay? I'm in that vibe drive. So, I watched Men in Black 3 today. In Canada, it's on Netflix again. Go watch Men in Black 3. There's Men in Black 3. There's a part in there where a guy goes, if this happens, oh, is this timeline? And then this is going to happen. If this happens, then that's going to happen. If this happens, is this the one where you forget to tip the waitress? That is how many timelines and what's all converging. And some people can see those. Queen Romana is one of those people. I think she is the person, the fifth dimensional person who can see all the timelines, or seventh dimension, even higher, and see all the timelines and how, if I didn't make this video, it would make this. And this is not egotistical. If I didn't make this, maybe one person wouldn't get it. If I made this video, maybe 2 people would get it. Those 2 people might tell 3 people, or 5 people, or 6 people, or you might share it with. That's all it is. So if we're doing it in a positive fashion, and we're affecting change to 1 or 2 people, think of how many people, if 2,000 people are watching this video after a certain period of time or more, then how much we can jump that timeline further for the wedding. I'm really excited about the motorhome being finished and me being able to freely travel without restrictions, without any of these corporate paperworks or licenses or fees to go anywhere, freely go down to the United States with my little motorhome and live wherever I want freely and come visit you and interview people and tell real, authentic stories about how we made it through the Great Awakening and who helped us and what helped us and how we can help other people. Literally, I think that's what we should be focusing on. And if you're not in my timeline, dude. No, I will delete and block you and remove you from the group, and I'm okay with it. And don't take it personally. Just not my vibe. So I love, love you guys. I am sending out the highest of vibrations. I'm almost done my motorhome. I didn't realize a couple of things. I'll make a motorhome video specifically for this, but I'll give all you guys that watch me on a regular a good chuckle at the end of the video. You guys who want to tune out now. So, yeah, a couple of things I did not realize is when you live in the country, well, I did realize this. When you live in the country, it takes a long time to get supplies, okay? So if you underestimate the actual amount of supplies needed, it might take you a trip or two to go get those supplies. So then, if you underestimate how many, say, epoxy resin kits you need to make your table, I thought maybe one double box, but it was 3 double boxes. So I would have needed 6 packs. I should have just bought the industrial stuff, but no. I had to get epoxy resin from 3 different things just because I thought one was good, then I thought 2 was good, and then no, I had to go get number 3 yesterday. But while I was getting epoxy number 2, this is a funny story, and I'm telling you why we need to detach from a lot of information and stuff. Because it was a game of 3D on, I don't know, for, I guess it was Thursday or Friday. We went into this bigger town where I felt comfortable wearing my pajamas and this purple hoodie that I got at the Goodwill store and my purple toque. And yeah, you girl who's watching, I doubt she's watching. I'm 1,000% sure she's not watching. But there I am in a parking lot. I won't say which one. And I'm going to light my little one hitter. And I hear this. And I look over, and a truck in the next lane ran over the front end of this poor woman's Honda Civic, 4-door Honda Civic. Parked car, no one was in the car. And the woman drove off. Yeah, drove off. But I got her license plate, and I got a good description of the side of her head. So I phoned 911. There's 2 other adults that witnessed this. And it was really funny because it was a teaching moment for the father and son. The 5-year-old was like, and the dad leans down and he's like, see, son, this is what's called a hit and run. When you hit a vehicle and you don't stick around for the police, the police have to be called. She's in big trouble, whatever. He was like, then they went into the store or whatever. So I phoned the police and we drive back home. It turns out this girl stole her grandfather. This is how karma works, people. This girl stole her grandfather's pickup truck while he was in the old folks' home because she cracked her vehicle, I don't know, a week or 2 before, but she was driving around with her license plate on his vehicle. Anywho, would have been smarter just to not have anything at all, but that's me. If you're gonna do something stupid like that, she was caught. She admitted it. Yes, the crime was solved. But it was a day of just like, well, that's my new farm word. Well, yeah, this is what's exciting here in town. And the police officer was super nice. And by the way, when he came to the property to get my statement, I just said, can you take off your mask? I'm triggered. And he did right away. Had a big smile. Nice looking fella. Yeah, you are a good looking fella. I knew he was going to be a nice looking fella and a funny fella when I was talking to him on the phone. My spidey senses and intuition were telling me. Anyways, but funny story. Yeah, she got her karma full round. Whoop, whoop, right? There is a lot of detaching from a lot of negative vibes. So I was just like, well, somebody learned their lesson that day, and I'm glad I could do my part. And I'll tell you why that made me detach from a lot of things, because I witnessed, well, I didn't witness it. I was first on scene to 2 accidents where people hit and run. Well, not hit and run, but the second one was a hit and run where a person was hit by a vehicle and died. And the second accident, which was the hit and run, where the person was out walking, they never found out who did it. So I don't know. I know they know. They know. He knows. She knows. Whatever. They know it all. They know who did it. So that karma is, I believe, the intentions and everything. So if you're manifesting negative thoughts over and over again, that karma will come instantly due. And if you're not detaching from those negative vibes, the law of attraction. So if you're putting out happy, I want to help the world vibes instead of, hey, I'm going to rip off my grandpa, then I guess you get what you deserve. And that's why my motorhome's called Karma. And her middle name's called Freedom. So that's my little explanation today. And it's almost 4:20 here today. So I'm going to go play with some cats, pet some horses, and listen to healing vibes, and go for a nice long walk. So have a good day, everyone. Light and love. Bye.